What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Elder Show. You guys already know. My name is Valerie, and I also have
Justin.
And before we even start with today's episode, just want to let you guys know this will be our last episode in this set, on this couch, with this background. Because, we already moved, so this is going to be the last episode in this set. And
before we start, like the video, subscribe so you can see the new set, the new house, the new apartment, the new studio. It's not a studio, but sounds like we have money, but we don't. But turn on that notification so you get notified when we upload our new video so you can see our new set.
Yes. And for today's topic is going to be basically our experience with the pandemic.
Yeah.
Especially on the island. Okay, so let's start with like how did it even start in Aruba, or in general, I think. In my perspective, I didn't really like when I heard about it. I was like, I think it's just like the regular virus that's around the world. Like what else we have? Like we have the what's Ebola. And those like the monkeypox and those sort of things. Yeah. And I was like, maybe it's just a regular.
Because we thought like it was far away, that it wasn't going to reach.
Yeah.
Like we thought like there will be already a cure for when it reaches us, so we weren't gonna be affected. We were so wrong.
Legit.
And that was everybody.
Because I remember like because I went to like school trip to New York and everything, and I think in New York it was already infected, but not that much.
There was not like a breakout. It was just like a few people.
There was like there's no rules and those sort of things that they did or something. So I didn't really care, but still I was like, I hope I don't go back on the island with the corona. But then when I arrived, I think it was February that COVID hit Aruba.
No, it was March.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I remember when I arrived a couple days after, I heard, well, maybe it wasn't news, but not that it was, how do you say it? Like a real, like an accurate news or something. I just heard that there's like a guy who came from I don't know where and tested positive, like the first guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. Well, that's what it is. I didn't really care.
I think that was like on the 14th or something.
Where in Feb?
In March.
I don't remember.
And it started rapidly like infecting everybody, and by the 18th, because that's like Flag Day, Himno y Bandera.
Yeah.
And it was like there was like events going on everywhere, and they canceled like midday. They canceled everything. They shut down everything. They said they didn't put like shelter in place or whatever. It was just like no events. Cancel all events till further notice.
Because I remember, like, because I usually work in like in hotel or something, but I worked as a part-time. But I remember, like, I was just on my phone. I don't even know. I remember. I was in Up is Up. I really remember. And I have a shift that day. I think at night or something. And my supervisor just called me or texted me, like, yeah, we don't need you to work today. Or I think we will have to, like, stop the contract or something. I think they remove everyone that has contract or part-time during like the pandemic, so everyone is not.
That was during the start?
Yeah. Basically, like maybe I think the day that it arrived in Aruba, I think a week after or 2 weeks after, they started like removing people that works for part-time or for contract in like company or something. So I didn't work for a year, basically. So,
I didn't even work. I
well.
was just going to school.
Okay, how about experience during pandemic, like at school?
I think I remember it was like they just canceled everything. They said like, yeah, don't go to school or whatever. But wait, no. They said that the first day they said like school or start canceled, and then the next day they said just come to school or whatever.
In our like at school, in our school, they were like on and off. They
Yeah,
they didn't.
it was like don't come to school, go to school.
Yeah,
Don't come to
they
school, go
didn't
back to
know what
school.
to do. Like, what's the solution or something until like, I'd say like the government
Yeah, because
announced
they didn't
what to do.
put any rules that you have to follow or anything. Everyone was like
Lost.
chaos.
It was freaking. Oh my god, it was freaking lost. Like some days you were like, yeah, come to school, and then
The next day
there,
it was like don't come to school.
yeah,
The next day was like come to school but wear a mask. Then the next day it was like don't come to school anymore. Then the next day it was like come to school and you have to stay like 1.5 meters apart. Like it was like back and forth, and like every time there was a new thing. Like then there was like you have to spray your hands with alcohol before every
yeah.
class. You have to clean every table. Like
Yeah,
slowly they added everything. Like it was like one measure off day, one measure extra off day, and it kept continuing for like a week.
because I remember. I don't know if they did it to you guys, but I remember like they said you go to school half day and the other half online.
Yeah, but they started like when they started, it was like 2 weeks that nobody heard anything. You just didn't go to school.
Yeah,
There
that's
was no
true.
classes. There were no nothing. And I think it was like I think it was supposed to be. I don't know if it was like test week
I think it was this
or
week.
test week was coming up, and they didn't know how to do anything because like we were not like Anurua, they were not like technology savage or whatever.
They are not.
We're very behind on like technological level. Like they were like trying to figure out Zoom or Skype. They tried to using Skype.
Yeah, I
Then
think at the last, like more further, they start using Teams.
yeah, they were like because everybody like Zoom, and it was like I think we had like 3 classes on Zoom, but it was horrible. Then they said like no, we're gonna use Skype. Everyone was like, what the fuck? Who uses Skype? And they said no, we're not gonna use Skype. And then they brought Teams, which was like better, but still it was very new. Nobody knew how to work with it,
Yeah.
and there was so much things to do.
What do you mean so much things to do?
Like we had to get like we didn't like we still had to like get classes to learn stuff.
Yeah. Because
And
I do remember there was some student, they also post like on Facebook or something and tag our school. And they were like complaining like,
yeah,
how are we
because
doing tests if like on they were complaining because we have our class online, which is not useful because you can't learn from online, something like that.
yeah, it was not like it was like a total shift. They just wanted to do like what you do in class, you just did it online, but it was not working.
Yeah,
They
that's true.
just put it online and it was not working.
And
They
it was our was it our exact no wait. It was our last year? No. No, it was third year. Never
wait,
mind. Never mind.
no, it wasn't.
It was our third year.
Yeah,
But still.
and it was like how do I say this? They thought of like bringing like web lectures, but then you couldn't ask questions if you didn't understand. So that was not another question, like another point that was brought up. Then they said like, no, we're just gonna do this, and then there was like internet problems. Not everyone has like the same internet. You get disconnected, so you miss class or whatever. So there was like a lot of factors that weren't working in everyone's favor.
I think because of that, like also like I said a while ago that there's people complaining about doing like classes online. I think our school also come up with yeah, then half of the class go to school and the other half online. I'm not sure if you guys
Yeah,
had that.
it was no, we had it like one week the class was split in half, A and B.
Mm-hmm.
1 week, A went to school and B was online. The next week, it was switched. So B went to school and A had online.
I think it was like that as well. That a week we go to school and the other week at home.
But
But
that
I don't
didn't.
have a problem. Me, to be honest, I don't have a problem
Okay, so
having
that was the
classes.
negative. So let's talk about the positives.
Like for me, okay, what? Okay, what?
But the
What did you
positive came
miss?
way after.
Yeah, that's true.
That was the struggles in the
That's true.
beginning. I think like for a month or so, or like month and a half,
But then
and
they
then it
like
came.
it.
Like the positive started rolling in.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. I didn't really complain about having classes online. I'm okay with putting my alarm 5 minutes before like our class start. Like what time? At 8:30? Was it 8 or 8:30?
8:15, 7:30.
Seven
Classes starts.
thirty. Yeah, our class started at 7:30, and I'm fine with putting my alarm 7:25 just to go to the bathroom and everything. Go to the Zoom meeting, put my camera, and then switch it off back just for attendance. Done. I miss that time, to be honest.
Uh,
Like there, yeah, like I said, there's a bad side of like you
but
can't
like we
really.
had like some teachers that you had to have your camera on and you
Yeah,
had to
that's
be
true.
like at a desk or whatever prepared with your
That's
notebooks or
true.
whatever to write down things. But like that was like one or two teachers, but the other ones was just like, yeah, just say your present or whatever, and then we can start.
But I have no problem with
There was
that.
like less traveling with car, so because I had to drive like 15 minutes to get to school, less freaking yeah, you don't have to get up early. When you're done, you can eat while you're in class. You can just go to the kitchen or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
So
But
there was like a lot of positive like we afters like that kind of made it even. Like comparing like the negatives to the positives, do you think like one is more higher than the other? There was like a lot of positives or a lot of negatives for you.
for me, it was positive. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm actually fine with it because, like, to be honest, like, no offense, like my book, like the books that we have for like for school or something. I think that helped me more instead having a class.
Yeah.
If I make sense,
But
you know.
the difference was for you. You were just like theory. We were more
Yeah,
practical,
yeah,
so
that's
you
true.
had to do stuff, and you were at home, so you had to like a lot of painting went down. So you had to like draw a lot of things. Otherwise, at school, you could just do it there.
Yeah, because
There was
from
more
yeah,
theory
true.
involved because we were like half and half, like practical and like 50%
Mm-hmm.
like theory. But yeah, it was, I say, it was mostly positive as well.
Because like
Like not by a long shot. It was like slightly more positive than negatives.
Because I also enjoy like what did I say? When we're doing classes online, I can just do my yeah. That's true. We have differences because mine is more theory because I can just do research,
Yeah.
and like it's there already. So I don't have a problem when a teacher can really explain that much during online or whatever. I'm just okay with it because I can just do my research online and I just got it.
Yeah.
So
We were building a freaking roof.
yeah, I do remember that
There was a
one.
whole damn roof in the freaking like
I
structure.
think for you it was more hard because yeah, you guys have more practical than us.
And then the week that you had to go to school, it was like half the class. So it was like the class was like maybe 20 people, and then like 10 people were supposed to came to school, but like only 7 showed up.
Yeah.
So from 20 people that maybe 18 showed up, you were 7 and you still had to do everything that day. So it was like a whole different
What else?
experience.
What else is positive from this pandemic during school years? I think for me is like being distanced to someone.
What?
Being distanced, like get the fuck out. Oh, but like distant, like 1.5
Man, I don't
meter
care.
or something. How much was it?
1.5
Yeah.
meters.
Like when there's like I have this table, this one is this one is like how is it
Empty.
empty, and then the other one Hey, I'm fine with that. I miss those days, to be honest. Like just being away, like get the fuck out.
Okay. Because I remember there was days that we like when the test came. I think they split us up in two groups again. So one had like 7:30 a test, and one had like at 8:30. And I didn't find that very fair.
Why?
Because one class gets to take it at 7:30, like the same class. Half of your class do it at 7:30, and the other one has 8:30.
I think in my case, everybody did it at the same time.
No, we had that was like just the first day, and they noticed that the first class that did it gave the answers to the other
I
class,
mean, that
and that
was
was just for one day, and they switched it immediately.
that's not even. I'm not sure why they even did it because that's kind of logic. Like,
They didn't think it through. They think they were just like gonna be like, yeah, go out, come in, but they just fucked up. And I don't remember if they had to redo that test. I don't think so. Or maybe. I don't remember.
I don't
Because it
think
was not my
so. I
class.
don't think so.
We were scheduled to do that class. It was like the first, like, because we had like 10 to 10:30. I didn't care. But if it was like 7:30 and like 8:30, there's a big difference. Like going to school at 7:30 and 8:30. It's a whole hour.
That's true. Yeah, I
That
know.
means that you're half asleep or that you're fully woken up or you woke up early and just like revised everything. And I think it was the second batch, they canceled the test that day because of like the cheating. And then we were like told like, yeah, you don't have to come to school because blah 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 blah. We're gonna reschedule the test on Friday or whatever. That was like Monday. They canceled everything after 9:30.
I have you done like test online? Because I think we did that once.
I think so. I think we did it once. I think
We
so.
did that once, but never again. I don't remember why. I really don't remember why. It was 3 years ago. I don't remember. But we did it online,
That was
and
so bullshit.
it just failed. But because yeah, everybody's gonna cheat anyway. So because they didn't have like the one we had here, the proctor,
Yeah.
those sort of things. They're not that
That's like very
advanced.
professional. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not that advanced. So like there, you could just like they expect you to do just Zoom and then do the test. Like, dude, you can just cheat.
Yeah.
But I do remember like back then in like when we do the test, we do it. I think we start doing it on the computer because when back then we're not allowed to give like paper or something because yeah, COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had that, but we had to do the test online, and like online personally at
Yeah,
at
it's cool, but
school.
you're with your computer. Yeah.
Yeah, but still you can still like basically cheat because you can still open tabs
Yeah.
without them knowing.
And switch them back.
Exactly.
But it was what I wanted to say something, but I forgot. It was. Oh, I remember like one of the positives that I did like when everything was over. Like I think after school ended and started back again. No, I'm lying. I think it was like at the end of the school year, you had the option to come to school or just do it online.
Do it online. What the hell
Yeah.
do I? Why the hell I have
But
to
for us,
waste
it
my
was really
time?
like nice because we had like the practical. We could just come to school, and
Yeah.
then the classes that we didn't really want to go to, we can just do it online, and if you had questions or whatever, you can just ask because the teacher was in the classroom with like a camera or laptop or whatever
I
and
think we
record
also had. I
putting
think we
online.
also had that one.
That was like the best.
And what is your opinion about wearing the mask?
I mean, I was kind of used to it. It didn't bother me that much.
I think for me, I have a downside and a good side. Like the downside, like I don't know, like it's annoying
Yeah.
for me, like especially when you're working in like a hot environment or something and just here sweating.
Because you sweat a lot. I don't sweat that
Yeah,
much.
and like
I think it's just like
I
when
hate
I
it.
have it on a long time, I think I just get like pimples.
Yeah,
And it
that
was
one
like
as well.
very like moist or whatever, and it's like
Because I remember like um when I had my second internship for the last year, like for EPA, my
yeah.
examen class, we had like this mask. It's actually part of like the uniform.
Remember.
It was a
It was red,
mask.
right?
No. The red one is the one we did for our project, the huge project, and it was
Oh,
personalized or something.
I thought it was the red one.
No. But like it was 2 years ago. Yeah, was 2 years ago.
How many years?
2 years ago. It was 2001. 2021, sorry. But like yeah, it was part of the uniform, and like the mask is like it's it's a cloth basically, but it's like freaking thick as hell. And you can feel the warm in there and shit. I hate it. I freaking hate it. And we're not allowed to wear like the typical mask that the typical mask that we buy, like the
The
pack,
surgical mask.
the black one, the pack or
Yeah.
something. We're not allowed to use that. So we have to use that freaking mask, and I hate it. I really hate it. But what I love about the mask is it covers like half of my face, and I have like this resting bitch face sometimes that I don't know that I have,
Yeah.
and I just look at people like with that fucking face,
I think that just made it worse.
and like I can't help it, and the mask helps it a lot. Like I can just do the face without them knowing. Well, and the other side, I don't have to like wear well, I don't really wear makeup when I have to wear a mask or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's one.
I
How are
think
you?
for me, it was just the same. I just wear the surgical mask because I was more outside and inside. That's what I wanted. Because like when I did my internship, like in my fourth year, my last year, it was just like supervising construction sites.
Oh, so you don't
So
really have to wear a mask.
not really. When I was inside, yes, or like I wore it when I was in contact with people. Like when I was like talking like closely to people.
Yeah.
I wore it, but when I was just walking around or like with my boss, we didn't wear a mask when we were like in the car or whatever. But like when we like spoke to clients or whatever, or like the workers, we wore the mask, or like like I did.
Do you remember that? How do you say this? That experience when you have to cough or sneeze in public, and then people just look at you like, "Fuck COVID."
There was a whole freaking thing.
Hey, sometimes I was like that, like if someone like
If I had the
sneezes,
mask, I was
I
like
was like, oh,
trying to hold it
yeah,
because you
especially
know you're gonna get that reaction from people, and so you're like
sometimes when
holding
people
it,
just like,
or just like
hey, everybody's look at you like,
can't be doing that shit.
everybody's
It
looking
was
at me
like
like,
for a
oh,
year,
COVID. Hey, that's really sucks.
and then it became a joke.
Yeah, it became a joke.
Like we make jokes out of everything.
Ew. No, no. And how about like your working experience?
Like
What?
I remember because we had masks. Like when I started working, I was working in the back in the office,
Where?
so
Okay, uh huh.
I was just wearing mask, my like the black like surgical mask, and like when I enter the building or whatever, and when I'm in the office, I can take it off because like nobody could like walk into that office. It was just like me and the other operator, so we were just like two of us or like maybe three of us. Mostly, it was just two people there, and yeah, nobody could like walk in there. So and when I went out to the bathroom or whatever, I had to put it back on. But then when I switched to doing like front office work, I had to wear a mask, and then they came with like the hotel mask, and you had to wear it, and it was like so bullshit because it was very ugly. My
It's
uniform,
cute.
no, my uniform. I didn't even have a uniform. I just had
Wait.
improvised uniform,
Which uniform? Because
the
the one.
blue one.
Oh, okay. Because the white one and the flower is the new one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that
The
was when
blue
everybody got
one.
it. Huh?
I don't remember the blue one.
The blue with gray shorts.
I don't
That's where
remember. Yeah, I
I
know,
used to
but
wear
I
black.
can't really picture it at the moment.
But yeah, it was how did I say it? Because I had like everybody had like white and like a sprinkle of blue and green like
Dude, I
confetti or
don't. I
whatever.
don't
And
remember
I just
that.
had like a freaking how do you call it? Dark blue, navy blue shirt with gray pants. So I stood out and I had to wear the same mask as them and everybody thought I was the manager for like I think I wore that for like a month or 2 months. Everybody thought like, can I speak to the manager over there? And I was like, oh my
Oh, I
god.
remember that.
Can
I
I speak to
remember
the
that.
supervisor? Are you
You
the
told me.
supervisor? I was like, no, man. It's just I'm new. They didn't have any more uniforms. That went on for like a month, and because like the guy that started before me started like 1 month, and he got uniform, and they told me I couldn't get any uniform because they're making new uniforms. I was like, what the fuck is the difference? But anyways, then when I got the uniform, like they said like you had to wear it, but it was just like a cloth and like I didn't trust the cloth, so I was wearing
Which
double
cloth?
mask. What?
Which one?
The not the gray, the beige one.
Uh-huh.
And I wore double mask, so I wore like the surgical mask underneath and then that mask. And everyone was like, "Why are you doing that?" Like then I was sweating. I was getting like a lot of rashes.
No, I don't have a picture. I can't picture the
But
uniform.
it
I
was.
can't picture the
I
uniform.
think I have
I
it
just
here.
I the uniform that I have in my mind is
The new
the
one
new one, the
with the khaki pants.
khaki pants and the white and the floral and the like the arm thing. That's the only thing I can picture. I can picture the blue one.
Let me try to see.
But anyways, you can do it later.
But yeah, your experience.
My experience as a work was hectic, to be honest. Cause like the first internship that I did, I was back and forth. I was either front office or, sorry, this is the second internship. I was a front office and then either front office or I was doing PBX. PBX is the one that you did
Yeah,
first. The
operator.
one like operator like on the phone or something.
Smooth operator.
Like that one is just like a room, small room, and you're just by yourself, so I don't have to wear mask. Well, I have
Ooh,
to wear mask if I go outside, but like inside I just basically, oh, freedom, whatever. But like
freedom.
the second internship, I would say that 6 months there was a lot of like tourists, that when tourists comes and they have to give you this ED card thing. That ED card means like you tested negative or something. Like if you didn't give it to me, then that means I can't check you in,
Yeah,
because that means like you tested positive or something or whatever, I don't know, but you
I think
it's
that's where my not attitude. That's where I became very known for at my work for like having a poker face.
why? What do you mean?
Because it was like everybody was like stressing about like yeah sorry you need to have your ED card or like negative test or whatever, and they were like, no, I don't have to, they didn't tell me at the airport or whatever, and they were like scared, and I was like, yeah, you have to have it. I was like very not aggressive, like I was like I stood my ground, and I was
Yeah,
like, yeah,
because you have to.
you like there was like we were like five or like we were like 10, and like three of us were only the one like really demanding and everything. And I was like, no, you have to have it. There was one occasion that I was like, no, you don't have it, I can't check you in. They were, I'm gonna call the GM or whatever, and they called the
Hey.
GM or whatever. And I think the what's it called, the front desk, not the
Wait,
front
it's not
desk,
really an ED card.
rooms director.
It's like the approved. thing but ID card. Anyways, okay, go ahead.
But before that, you had like the card, like the DVK card.
Yeah, it was
It
like
was like
there's also
changing every
colored.
month. It was like
Yeah.
one time it was yellow, then blue, then gray.
Green,
Then I was
etc.
like, what the fuck is these colors? But then you had like the card or whatever, and I was like, yeah, sorry, I can't check you in, whatever. I need to have it. Like they didn't tell me. I'm gonna call the GM or whatever. And the rooms director came. Was like, yeah, can you have it? And I was like, I stood my ground. I was like, this is the rules, man. And I went to my front office manager. I was like, yeah, this. And then he came out, and I was like, yeah, this can happen. Like he went like, can I speak to the supervisor? The supervisor's like, no, he can't have it. It was like a whole thing, and I was like very, like I was like congratulated that I stood my ground because I was right.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're gonna get fired or whatever. It was like a whole thing, but I was right because you have to have it. You can't check in because
that's true.
if like the government checks and we don't have it, we get a fine. And I was like, I'm not gonna get in trouble for this. Like, this is the rules. I'm following the rules.
Because I'm not sure how you guys do it. Like for us, every time they give me, for example, this family checked in, like family of 4, and like the family of 4 has to have 4 ED cards.
Yeah.
And like when I receive the 4 ED card, I have to put in the system 4 ED card received or whatever, and like on the ED card I have to put their last name, etc. And then I have to give it at the end of the day. I have to give it to the manager.
No, really. We just had to like staple it. We just had to have
Yeah, we
like the
had to
same
staple
amount,
it.
staple it to the like registration card, and then at night the night audit team will take that card and like do that.
Yeah.
Or like write
But
it down. I didn't know.
there was this time that this family didn't have ED card, or maybe that specific person didn't have ED card, and like I also stood my ground, like, yeah, you have to have it unless we can check you in, and they were like angry or something. You're gonna make a big deal about it for 1 ED card? I was like, yes, and they were like, can I speak to the manager? And I told them, just keep in mind, my manager will tell you the same thing. Manager came out, yeah, tell them the same freaking thing, and then they were like, can I just show you my negative COVID test or something, whatever? And like the manager was like, okay, fine, whatever. Because sometimes the airport also makes mistakes.
Yeah, they forget
Sometimes
to give it
they
to
just
you. Or...
give you, but they don't really count it. They just, like, for example, 4, but they give you 3. And sometimes, yeah, it's
they give you 4 and they give you 5.
Yes, exactly.
I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take that from you.
There
too.
was this time though, like maybe after a couple of months, I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't care anymore for the ED card.
Yeah.
I didn't really care. Like, they just give it to me, I don't count it, just staple it, okay, fine, whatever. Checked in, boom, bam, gift key, bye, deuces.
I remember when it was like, yeah, you have to print it out or whatever because I need to have it. And then they were like, no, because COVID, you're transferring things. And then it was like, what's the reason? And then I think it was, side note, one time it was very funny when they changed the card because I think they started with pink, then went to gray, then blue or whatever. And then when it went to green, it was very funny for us because we were like, yeah, do you have like the green card? And I was like, do you need the green card here? I'm like, no, it's like the certification, health thing, whatever. They changed it every time, but like, because they didn't tell us when they changed it.
Yeah.
They just showed up with a random color, and we were like, okay, it's changed. Let everybody know. Like the first person came, like write it on the board, color change to green, whatever. And it was like very funny, like in like a joke, because you need a green card for like US, and we have a lot of people coming from the US, and like, do you have the green card? And I was like, the green card. I was like, yeah, the whole thing. Anyways.
And you know what's fucked up as well? Like, airport just give you the card without explanation.
Yeah.
Like, every time you check in,
I think it was like the first day or whatever, people just threw it out, or they know they had to go to their bag, and they were not like telling them that you need to give this to the hotel, and or like they tell you need to have this because da 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 da. And then when they came to the hotel, like, no, I need this to go to the restaurant. I have to have this on my person. We're like, no, it's just to the first hotel. Then they were like, there was their issue.
Hey, it was
the first
hectic.
time it was Yeah, I'm moving hotel. I'm just staying one night here because I'm using my points or whatever, and then I'm moving to the other hotel. Do I get the card back or whatever? And like,
No.
no, it's just for the first hotel, and then we can just give you a receipt that they know we have it because
Yeah.
you were just the first.
Hey, you
It was a
remember
whole
that? Hey, it
transaction.
was really hectic. Oh my god! And like
There was a
especially,
lot of explanation.
and like when you do the check-in and you were like, sorry, ma'am, do you guys have the ED card? ED card? What's that? Whatever. And like when it's like they have the colors, like
Yeah.
did you receive a pink card in the airport? Like, oh yeah, I have it. Like, bro.
So, I remember. So I remember when I came back because I got COVID. Spoiler alert, I got COVID. I got COVID right before New Year's.
That was.
It was after my birthday, yeah, right?
It was after your birthday.
Yeah, because I got it late. I think it was like 20th or something.
Something
Like
like
starting
that.
20th something.
And let me
Wait,
just.
wait. I didn't get
Who
COVID.
got COVID first at your house?
My mother got COVID first. Then she infected me and my aunt.
It was only three of you.
Yeah.
Your grandma didn't have it.
No.
No, your brother as well.
No.
Hmm.
He never tested.
No.
Bitch.
Okay.
But yeah.
And another disclaimer: he got COVID. I never got COVID. Until today, I never got COVID. Because I think it was
Because you're not elite, bro.
because at first my mom got COVID, and then I tested. It was negative. Okay. And then because I live with my sister and my father.
Wait, did
And-
they get COVID before me?
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who?
Yeah.
My parents.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So then after my sister got COVID, and my father got COVID. It was in, I think it was October or something. Don't remember. And I tested. It was negative. That was freaking weird. Cause like also what is weirder? My boyfriend got COVID, and we're and still I tested negative, which is freaking weird. And back then, this is the one that I also miss. When you're in contact with someone that is positive, you have to stay quarantined at least a week or two.
Yeah.
And because of that, you're not allowed to go to school, or you're not allowed to go to work. And that's what I actually miss about.
Yeah.
Because that happened 2 times with me, when my mother got like COVID, and then when my father and my sister got COVID, so I had to stay home. Best thing. Best moment.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And then like in December, I think I got sick, like hella sick. I don't know if you remember. Like I got really sick that I was coughing, having like, how do you say cantura?
She had all the symptoms.
Yeah, I had all the symptoms and everything, but it was all negative, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
She had a fever.
So I
She had a
stayed
cold.
home for basically almost a month, basically. So, but I was negative, which is weird, but still. Can't.
Still surprised for this day, but
It's really surprising because for the people who know, like my how to say this, my immune system is really low, and his is higher than mine, to be honest. And like it's weird that they didn't tested positive for COVID.
yeah.
COVID doesn't want me, so I'm
Because you're
fine
not
with
elite,
that.
bro. It's only
No.
an elite group.
No.
Because I can say I survived.
So yeah, so basically you tested positive for New Year's.
Yeah. I think because we were like, you know how I got the news?
And you know what's funny? We had plans or something for New Year's, and then this bitch messaging me, babe, I tested positive, bro. What?
Because my mom came home and she was like coughing or whatever, and I think yeah, because once one person in your house gets COVID, you have to get tested.
Yeah.
So I think my mom was coughing or coughing or whatever, and because we have like my grandma and my brother was like immunocompromised or whatever, like they were like the group that was delicate that you had to protect or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So everybody got tested. Not everybody. Like I don't remember why it was only the three of us that got tested.
But your grandma and your brother didn't test it, or they didn't want it?
I don't
Because I
remember.
think they were obligated to
Remember.
test it when they were
Yeah,
in hospital, right?
yeah, I think that was it. Like they tested there. So that's why we had to get tested like at the lab or whatever. And then we were like preparing for like the freaking end of the year. So we were preparing like the freaking ham, turkey, um
Traditional Aruban
yeah,
Christmas.
like
New
we
Year,
were prepping
sorry.
food and I was like dead asleep. Cuz I cleaned or I don't know what I did that day. I was freaking tired. I was on my bed. I was asleep. And my mom burst into the room. Like, I think they were working like 2
Wait, I
a.m.
remember this. You got the news like in the midnight.
It was 2 a.m.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I
And she
remember
came
this.
into in the room and she was like,
Did you receive the
"Did
test?
you receive the email? We're positive." And left. I was like, "What the And I was like, I called her or like I sent her a message. I was like,
No, I think we were still talking.
yeah.
I was
And I
still
was like,
awake.
I'm
Very
positive.
positive. No, I don't think you told me that you're positive. You just sent me a screenshot. I was like, both the fucking whole day.
Yeah. So that happened. And yeah. So all of our plans went shit.
But I think afterwards, when you guys are like not positive, like like the weeks, because I think it was 2 weeks, right? Because after you tested positive, you have to
It
wait 2 weeks.
happened on the 28th or 27th because we went to Christmas dinner at Aquarius
Mm,
with Jay as well. I think it was 27th, 28th.
was it 2021 or 2020?
21, yeah.
21?
Yeah. Because I was working. 20, I wasn't working. So I got it after Christmas, but before New Year's, and I had it throughout New Year's, but I didn't like get the symptoms or whatever. And what else?
2019 detected.
Yeah, detected. I was like, shit. So I'm gonna put it over here. But yeah, and we just spend New Year's like by ourselves because normally when it's New Year's you got family over or whatever.
Buyers and everybody, you guys have like I think you guys have a family picture. All of you guys were wearing masks, I think, right? Or no?
I don't remember. Maybe, but I don't know. It was just how do I say this? It was like all of our families. I think because my cousins also had COVID.
Who? Who?
My male cousin
Oh, okay.
and I can name drop and because like their family stayed home as well, and I have my other aunt and their children. So they couldn't visit them or anyway. So we just spent New Year's apart, and then like after it, then we came back together to like celebrate or whatever.
Since you also mentioned like going to the lab or something, because
Those freaking swabs.
in Aruba we have this app how do I say Aruba Health. Aruba
Yeah.
Health? I'm sorry. Something like that. Aruba Health app, something. And in that app you can schedule when can you like go there. It's basically at the
Ooh,
hospital, like at the
the
back.
freaking traffic.
Yeah, at the back you can schedule like what time or what day you can do the COVID
Oh,
test or something, and you do it in the car. So basically, it's a drive-through thing.
yeah.
I think the first time that I went, I think it
Because you
was
went
recent.
before me.
I think it was recently, like the recent COVID, like the that season. Yo, when you go at the back, there's a whole freaking traffic for the freaking COVID testing. I think it was the traffic. It was outside the hospital. I think it was all the way from the roundabout or something.
Yeah.
You remember? Hey, oh my
There was
God,
like
Jesus!
news crew like filming everything. Like, look at this long line, whatever.
The amount of times that I went there. I think because it was mandatory for me to do, like every time you contacted with someone that has positive or something, you
But I think
have to go.
before they just gave you a day,
Yeah, they gave you a day, but
but they
like
didn't give you a
afterwards,
time. It was like you had just had to go there from the morning and just wait in line. And after they like became more like professional and like
yeah,
started giving out times
yeah.
and like in like 15-minute intervals or whatever.
No, but like how much do you like? How many do you think that you did the COVID test?
How many times?
Yeah, I think I did it like
I
more
didn't do
than
it that much.
me. Yes, because every time you like, I used to work then. Because every time you're with someone that is positive, you have to do a COVID test or something.
Yeah.
And show them that it's negative. Because every time, like at work, there's someone that tested positive, and
Works in
you,
your apartment, you have to do it.
yeah, and you have to do
I
it.
think I did it like the first time was like the first time I got COVID.
Mhm.
Or no,
No,
I
I
did it
think it
once
was
before that.
before.
That was my second or third time. So I think 5 or 6 time I did it.
No, I would probably say I did it more than 15.
Crazy,
Cause
bro.
then, cause sometimes I'm really like I overthink too much. Every time like I cough, like this day that basically I cough the entire day and I feel sick, I have to do COVID test. Or like every time, I don't know, I just overthink. And there was this time that I went to. I think I heard that they have like a self testing
Yeah.
in the pharmacy, which like 50 florins or something,
Yeah.
and you get like 5 self tests. Dude, I bought that shit just so I can test myself, just in case if anything. So yeah, not it. And we
Yeah.
also like now we also had the curfew thing.
Oh yeah, the whole measurement thing had took the queda,
Had you like
shelter in place.
yeah shelter in place? What was the shelter in place again?
You couldn't be in public spaces in like parking lots near the beach
Mm,
without having a valid reason. So if
yeah.
you had to do for like medical reasons, so if you had to go to the beach to like do exercise or whatever, you could be there. But you could just couldn't go there. Parking lots. Um, I think it was just like public places.
Because you remember my birthday? It was, it had, like, they had toque de queda on that day. Yeah, but you're not allowed to do,
No,
yeah, they had toque de queda, but you're not allowed to do parties, or you can only have, like, at least 4 people at your place or something. Yeah, they had toque de queda. I did the party, early. I think until 9 or something. And the toque de queda was, like, at 11. Toque de queda is curfew, by the way. Yeah, they had toque de queda at that time. They announced it last minute, and I was like, oh fuck. Yeah, dude. That's why we did the party in my mom's apartment instead of outside. If we did it outside, people may know that
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
party because you're not actually allowed to have a party, supposedly. You remember?
Was that the first year? Yeah, that was like 2020.
2020. When
No, I was thinking of 2021. I was
No,
like,
no.
we went to the club afterwards, but that was like next.
When did we go to the club? 21?
Yeah, we went to the club. We went to eat,
You know,
and then we went
I
to the
think
club
I
a little
remember this
bit,
story,
and
but
then
I
I
don't
had to
remember.
work like at 7 in the morning. I didn't even sleep
I don't remember. I don't remember.
because I couldn't get off.
Because
That was the day you had to work on your birthday, so we went out the
Yeah.
26th.
No, we went out on 27. Because on the 27th, I had to work 2:30 till night. So we went for breakfast. You were on all black. You had to work afterwards. After our breakfast, you had to go straight to your work.
No,
Yeah, dude.
no,
Yeah, dude.
no,
Yeah, dude.
no. We didn't go for breakfast.
We
We
went
went for dinner.
No, we went
We
for
went
breakfast.
for dinner. We went for dinner.
No, we went
went for
Hyatt,
dinner.
man. We went Hyatt. We had breakfast in Hyatt. Dude, you were, I think by that time you were at PBX. You were all black.
Nope.
Anyways, end of discussion.
But yeah,
What else? I had to say something, but I forgot. Hold on.
let's see.
Are you looking for it?
Yes.
Dude, it's on my Instagram as well. Mira. 2021. 27. And you were in all black. Because you went to work. You dropped me off and then you went to work. I think you started at 11 or at 10.
Nope. That's not correcto.
That is correct, man.
No.
Why are you on that? You're on that phone. I don't think you have a picture on that phone.
You would be amazed what I have.
Okay, moving forward. You're taking too long.
Okay.
Oh, since we're talking about curfew, you remember? You remember like Toque de Queda and Aruba, the first time that they announced Toque de Queda.
It's like a freaking movie, bro.
The first time.
Everyone that had cameras pointed at the street,
Yeah.
so you had to
Hey,
watch.
I remember that.
Everybody
remember
became
that.
news
They put
crew.
like the camera on the street or something, and
Going
you're just,
live.
and you're just seeing like cars during Toque de Queda, like.
Because they started like, if the curfew was like at 10, they started like they went live on Facebook from like 9:50 or 9:45, and they're like, yeah, look at these cars.
Just a camera from like I don't know how they even get it though.
I don't know.
But anyways,
But-
but yeah, what I was saying.
You just had people. I thought it was glitter. You just had people like driving really fast just to get home before curfew. And then you had people like 1 minute or like 2 minutes after curfew, and they just stop at the car.
That was me. I was like, hey, I just risked it. Like there was this time that I arrived home like maybe 2 minutes or a minute before the curfew. I think I went to your place or something, and hey, oh my god!
You know why? Because you
ran.
drive slow as fuck.
Because you remember
Drive slow as fuck.
you remember like it was Toque de Queda, and I told you I can't find my Apple Watch, and I accidentally threw the Apple Watch, and I had to go to the garbage outside. Do you remember? I accidentally threw my Apple Watch, and I threw the garbage outside before Toque de Queda, and I was like, where the hell is my Apple Watch? And it was during Toque de Queda. I didn't give a fuck. I just went outside during Toque de Queda. Cause, I mean, I'm at my place, so I don't think they
Can't be on the street. You had to be inside your
And
gate.
I was like, cause in Apple, you know that you can like, how do you say this?
Make it like make
Like
sound.
a sound or something. And I see my freaking Apple Watch in the garbage. I was like, fuck.
But you're not like on the main road, so no, you.
Yeah, but I was
you
still
were fine.
panicking though. Anyways, what I was saying.
Getting off track.
the first time that they mentioned toque de queda in Aruba, curfew, you remember all freaking people went to the grocery store. And the first thing that they have to buy, freaking toilet paper. You remember?
It was toilet paper and water.
There was a lot of people like in Price Mart. You see all of them buying
With
a freaking huge ass freaking toilet paper, like a bunch of them, and like everybody was questioning it, like, why are you guys buying a lot of toilet paper? Hey, that was all over Facebook. Like, what the heck? I remember that. That was like, what the hell?
Because that started like in like the US or whatever. And we're like, why is there? And then it started happening there as well. We're like, what the fuck?
Doesn't make sense
Do
to
you
me, to be
poop that
honest.
much, bro? But
Okay.
it was a lot of fun.
And like during your work, did you receive like a, because since it was toque de queda and we worked.
I received a letter.
Yeah, me too.
I remember I was like, I'm ready for this. I wanna like, I hope I have a shift that ends at like 11:30 or like 12 or
Have
something.
you?
And I have no. I never got to use that.
Well, I have this.
That week I think it was the last week that I had toque de queda or like curfew, and I had morning shift. I had like 7 or like whatever. Yeah. But I wait. It was like no, it was till 5, right? Curfew.
The what?
Curfew.
6.
Oh, oh yeah. Because I live like 15 minutes away, so I was like maybe I'll use it in the morning, but I never used it.
Well, there was this week because I also everybody got the card, the letter.
Letter, yeah. Like if you work during those hours, if your shift ends during those hours, you got a letter from your employer that you could be on the road because you're going home because your shift ended
Yeah.
at that time.
Well, there was this week that I worked night shift the entire week, and I have the letter, my dashboard or something, and I was ready for like a police to pull me over or something. None of them pull me over. Like, how the hell do you know that I'm going home? Because I was really completely ready for them to pull me over, and I just wanted to open my dashboard, grab the letter, and give it to them, like, smash it to their face, whatever. But that entire
Because
week,
you're in the high, like you live really close by.
no, but
Because you're
still,
driving
I
in like
also
the
passed-
high-rise area.
I also passed near like a police, and they didn't pull me over. Like, how do you know that I came from work?
Yeah,
But still, I wanted them to pull me over, just for fun,
just for
Just-
funsies.
because I just wanted to use the letter, but I didn't use it anyway.
Yeah, I was like, where did you ever use the letter? But yeah,
Never used it. What a shame.
and I remember going back. I remember like when masks were mandatory, and like when guests came up because they were in the pool or whatever.
Yo!
Sorry, I can't attend you without a mask on.
Yo!
Sorry, that was my line. I said, sorry, I need a
Yo.
mask.
Yo.
Like you have one. Like, we started giving away masks, but it came expensive.
You know that mask thing, that mandatory mask?
Because
was
you guys
really-
were indoors. We were like open area,
No, but that time when
and they
it's
didn't have like
mandatory-
the freaking plexiglass. That
we
came
had it.
later.
Yeah, we had it.
We didn't have that for the longest time.
No, but that was really a dramatic thing, because that's the main, that time during pandemic, that's the main like topic or whatever that we fight about with guests. Because guests comes to Aruba, thinks they own Aruba and they want to do whatever they want to do.
It's called entitlement.
Oh, and come in without a mask, and there's a whole lot of sign around the freaking front desk. Wear your mask, whatever.
I remember, like, when they put the plexiglass, I thought I was working at the bank because you need to push the paper under the glass and then
I
take it
remember.
back.
And there's some guests, like, they can't really hear much, and because of that glass, it disturbed them from hearing us whatever we're saying or something.
Yeah.
And you are obligated to scream, especially when when it's check-in time. There's a whole line, and they can't even hear you. Like, shit.
My voice is very loud. I like to work. When I work, I like to pick like the ends because I can just like lean over a little bit and then
Sometimes you do
it
that.
could just pass across. But when you're working in the middle, you can't do that because like you have to move in and out of there. But when you're on the side, you can just like this, and you still have like a distance, and you still have like the plexiglass, but it's like half and half.
Yeah, I remember I had this Karen. This Karen.
This Karen.
It was at night. I think I was alone because it was on Tuesday. I was not busy or something. And I was just alone, and this Karen told me, sorry, but there's someone over there is not wearing mask. Can you please call the security? I was like, whoa, you're that Karen. You're the type of Karen. I was like, okay, I'll call them. Never again, didn't call them. But there's some Karen does that, like, oh, there's someone there not wearing mask or whatever. Yo, that happens a lot at front office. Every freaking time there's someone complaining that there's someone that doesn't wear mask.
That it was just I just love that whole. Sorry, I can't help you without a mask on.
Yeah, I know.
That was my jam, bro.
That's freaking
Like,
cool.
sorry, I can't help you because I don't want to, but I can just say because you don't have a mask on.
And then every time,
Or when they come with it, like, sorry, ma'am, you have to
Yeah,
pull up your
yeah,
mask.
yeah,
Sorry, like, yeah. And they put it, and then it comes like, sorry, ma'am, can you please raise your mask?
yeah, that's freaking true.
You could be doing anything. You're like, please sign this registration form. Sorry, man, can you raise your mask up? Thank you.
I remember I got screamed at because of that. I'm sorry, I can't help you.
We have this glass. I'm sorry, ma'am, it's for the safety. It's the rules.
And then they asked me, "Do you have a mask?" And I, yes, it's one. I think we sell it for $1 or something. And they're like, $1 for a mask? I'm not buying that. Then I can't check you in. Simple as that. You
We
check
didn't
in,
buy-
or
Like, at the beginning, we gave out, but we
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
sell. And then we just didn't sell. So we didn't give out and then didn't sell. You didn't have a mask? Sorry. There's one across the street, like from the souvenir shops, and they were like, they didn't have like the surgical mask. They had like the branded Aruba mask or whatever, and then you had to pay like $5 for that
I think more.
or whatever. And it was like, so that's what we have. Sorry. And then there was like people that was very very nice, like sorry whatever. And then I was like sure whatever. But it was not like we were promoting and giving out because at the beginning you were like,
Yeah, that's true. We also
you
saw-
get a mask. You get be like
Everybody
Oprah.
get a
You get a
mask.
mask. Everybody get a mask. And then they were like, whoa, costs going up very high.
Yeah.
But it was like if you were very nice or like you don't have a mask.
Yeah,
Can you
sometimes
please
I
have a
just
mask
give
or
it
whatever?
out.
I'm like, sure, let me just go out. Like, we have masks for emergencies. Or like that was like for the staff, but like some cases we just gave out some.
Mm-hmm.
But it was not like you just came to me, sorry, I don't have a mask. Can you give me a mask? And I'm like, no.
And I remember this time that they announced that mask is not mandatory anymore. Bro, everybody take advantage of that one.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, boom, COVID rise up. Pum, pum, pum.
Mask again.
Mask
Like,
again.
What was the
Bro.
reason? What was the reason for it? And then after that,
shit.
they was like, it's not mandatory. They put out an whatever, and we were like, yeah, that was like before everything
No,
rise
but
again.
sometimes when they announce it's not mandatory, but still the company requires you to wear a mask. There's some guys like, but it's not mandatory anymore. But yeah, but here it is mandatory. So
I
you do have to
remember
wear a
when
mask.
it was not mandatory on the island, but my employer, like where I worked at, it required you to wear a mask. So we couldn't say we can help you because you're not wearing a mask. So I had to wear a mask, but the guests didn't have to wear a mask. Do you remember that? Or did you
again,
guys
sorry, again.
like we were required to wear a mask,
Yeah.
but the guests
yeah, we had that
didn't
one.
have to, wasn't required to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And we're like, fuck this,
We
man.
had that.
Why the fuck do we need to wear it? It was like for your protection, but they don't have a mask on. What's the protection if it's not double sided? But that was like a whole freaking different issue.
Okay. To close out this episode, do you think COVID still exists?
Dude, shut the fuck up. Of course it exists. It's just we have a cure now.
What cure? The vaccine?
Yeah.
I think some people did the vaccine but still had COVID.
You can still get it. It's just like worse. It will not kill you now. It's just like chicken pox or whatever. Chicken pox was deadly back then.
Because I remember I have this friend. I have this friend, every time he coughs or he feels something, he's, oh my god, I have COVID. Like recently, like he lives here. I was like, dude, COVID doesn't, like for me, I just make a joke. COVID doesn't exist anymore.
Did you even get it? No, so you can't speak that. You can be speaking that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Immune.
You're immune.
Okay, guys. That's a wrap for today's episode.
Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and also hit that notification bell.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video of today's episode. And what
also
else?
follow our Instagram,
Yeah.
follow our socials. Go ahead.
Follow our social. Every time we say social, the other social.
Why are you putting an age?
Okay, so we will see you guys next week. Stay pending for next week's video. It's gonna be on our new set, new apartment. So stay tuned for that one. We will see you guys next week. Bye.